This is a sample chapter from Fitton Books. The Prince William Slasher, Chapter 3. Club Max, Prince William, New Hampshire. Jones wore his new red Hamilton College jacket with gold trim and delivered to the Marlborough just this afternoon. He added his older jeans and boots. His rented van sputtered into a three-sided parking lot with cars and trucks that looked more like a new car lot. The van had lost its power 3 times in the hills. Club Max was spelled out in oversized pink letters above the front doors. Jones rolled around several rows and found a space along the chain-link fence overlooking the river in the distance. As he got out of the car, he spotted the span Strickland had called the Crosstown Bridge when they approached from the airport. The music inside the club shook the outside area even at this distance. On the phone, Coco had been excited about being able to show off the club after talking about it out west. He hinted about the girls in the club wanting to meet Jones. Jones was slightly hesitant about frequenting Club Max after a convincing lecture from Father Gallagher just a half an hour ago when he dropped off the basketball game passes at the St. Bart's Rectory. Yet he was about to step through the oversized Spanish panel door ahead. A tall man in a green silk shirt and gray slacks nodded at him and opened the door. The music now shook his bones as the bright lights blinded him at first. A long neon bar extended diagonal toward the rear of the club. To the side, a wood dance floor buzzed with partying patrons following the beat of a 3-piece band up front. On the other side, dartboards provided a game area for additional people. Others sat at round tables surrounding the dart games. "You ain't gonna find a chick by standing at the door, Jonesy." Jones turned. Coco had a cigarette in his mouth. His silver earring reflected the spinning lights over the dance floor. He gave Jones a thumb-lock handshake. "Nice place, Coco." "I knew you'd like it," he said, moving his head toward the bar. "Come on, I'll get you a beer, Jonesy." "Great," said Jones as he followed Coco toward the long bar. "I could use a beer after that stupid van conked out 3 times. I told you to go to Godzilla Rentals." "I know you did." "Gallagher called." "Why?" asked Jones over the general noise. "He told me not to let you get into trouble." Coco pulled 2 chairs back, turned. The man with wide shoulders and pushed-back black hair turned. "Hey, Jones. Bruno?" "Get Jonesy a beer. Where's Holly?" "Down back." Coco looked over his shoulder. "Good." "Coco, I didn't come here to pick up Holly." "Who said she'd give you the chance?" asked Coco. Jones smiled. "Chance for what?" "Don't be naive, Jonesy," said Coco, grabbing 2 beers from Bruno. "Come over to my private table." Jones followed Coco over to the dart area. A small table under 2 yellow-lit wall lamps had 3 chairs. Coco set down the beers. A humongous man in a New England Patriots shirt threw dart after dart into the bullseye. "That guy is phenomenal," said Jones. "And a big boy," laughed Coco, putting out his cigarette. "But that's not his forte." Jones sipped his beer. "What does he do?" "Man has a ridiculous memory. Nobody can beat Junior at trivia." Coco waved Junior over once he turned from the board. Junior had bushy hair and slits for eyes. He carried an oversized beer mug. Coco quickly moved another chair against the outside chair. "Jonesy, this is Junior." "Hey, what's up?" "Ask him a sports question, Jonesy." "Okay. Walter Johnson's lifetime 1-loss record." Junior furrowed his brow and then sipped the beer. 417, 279. "You can look it up," said Coco. "No, I think he's right." "'Course he's right. Junior's never wrong." Petite blonde in a short maroon dress sauntered up to the table. She had thin, frosted lips. "Hello, Junior." "Hey, Miss H." Her blue eyes swung toward Jones. "I'm Holly." Coco placed another chair between Jones and Junior. Holly sat down. "Take a break, Holly." "How do you do?" She had a velvet voice. "Coco tells me you tracked down your father's killer. I'm sorry." "We found him." "Frank Otoski," said Junior. "Now how the hell do you know that, Junior?" Junior tapped his index finger against his head. "I'm not surprised." We had a full week of testimony last month, said Jones. Frankie Ski got 25 to life. Yeah, and Sherman is all done, added Coco. And the goof was out there, said Junior. Lester? Asked Holly. She knows old Fish Face, said Jones. Very clever, said Holly, smiling again at Jones. No, Coco came up with that one, said Jones. Where is Fish Face now? Hopefully in Canada. I had to pay Picard a campaign donation just to stop Mr. Manzetti from suing my ass. What a wild man, said Holly. It's a wonder somebody didn't shoot Lester. I came close, said Coco, real close. Say, Coach, said Holly, her smooth hand holding Jones's hand, I get off at midnight. We'll catch up, said Jones as she stood. He watched her leave and then caught sight of Coco nodding. Good line, Jonesy. Jones finished the beer. She's cute. Hey, Junior, play Jonesy at darts. I'll send a pitcher of beer over. I need to make a few calls out back. Coco moved between the tables as Junior finished his beer. You want to do flamin' shots? Asked Junior. I'll pass on the shots, Junior, but I will play darts. Junior nodded. I'm right about Walter Johnson. I believe you. All I know, and all I care to know, is 3,508 strikeouts. That's a lot of KOs, Junior. Jones had not seen Coco in 2 hours. Junior lifted the flaming shot glass into the air. Incredibly, he swallowed the full concoction and instantly poured the beer into his mouth. Then he flung the dart into the bullseye. Outrageous, said Jones. Holly held on to his elbow. He had just lost his third straight game. I can't beat you, Junior. What is this, the hustler? Asked Coco, appearing behind him. I told you he was good, Jonesy. Everything okay? Of course. Just a little bullshit with a rabble-rouser here in the club. Professor at the college, Davis. The old man has some bio project going at the college, but the guy is out of control. Hamilton? No, wise guy, said Coco, smiling with a cigarette in his hand. The old man never lets nothing get in the way of making money. Holly started to leave. Catch you later, Jonesy. Jones watched her tight maroon dress merge into the crowd. Coco slid over and hit his arm. Not bad, Jonesy. There's nothing going on here, Coco, said Jones loudly over the saxophone. Yeah, right. Listen, I talked to people in Boston. There's credible word that Fish Face is back in New Hampshire. He has to face charges in Indiana, said Jones. Who told you that? Hey, you didn't hear nothing as far as the outside world goes. Jones gestured with his open palms. I'm the last one who wants to butt into Boston's business. Good choice. Junior seems to know so much. He absorbs everything. Like flaming shots, said Coco, pointing at Junior, holding another flaming shot. Right. Coco wrapped his wrist. Hey, I had Ralphie look at the van. It's a piece of... I know. He put a Band-Aid on it. Turn that thing in tomorrow and see Mooch down at Godzilla. Thanks. My pleasure. Holly's a good girl, Jonesy. Treat her nice. Jones stared at the blue-rimmed clock nearing midnight. Half an hour ago, Coco had entered his main office to the right of his table. The music still rocked and the dance floor was filled with constant motion under the blue and red spotlights. Jones had plans for Holly and wanted to dance with her and spend some time talking to her at one of the tables. He had forgotten that he had promised Father Gallagher he would be at 9 a.m. Mass. At 12:15, he stood and began checking the tables for Holly. A short man in a checkered jacket stumbled into the lobby. At first, Jones thought he was drunk, but the man recovered and scampered toward Coco's office. He pounded on the door. Somebody opened the door and fluorescent light expanded into the club. Seconds later, Coco emerged behind the guy. His face tightened and he rounded the tables to the front door. Both men disappeared into the parking lot. Jones again checked the club for Holly and then headed for the front door. A few other people followed him outside. Coco stood around 50 feet away to Jones's left, with a short guy in front of a gray Porsche. He stared at something on the asphalt and then raised a cell phone to his ear as he gestured and spoke into the phone. Jones felt as if he were moving in slow motion across the parking lot. At first he saw high heels and a woman's legs. Then the maroon dress merged with a spreading blood pool. His throat tightened and his jaw fell. Holly's neck had been sliced from the ear, midway across her throat. White duct tape sealed her frosted lips. Coco saw Jones and tried to push him back. "It's a slasher, Jonesy, get back!" Coco held both her hands. Jones did not look away until he saw her blue eyes still open. In the distance, police sirens slowly became louder. Soon the red and blue lights trailed along the river and brightened as the cruisers neared Club Max's parking lot. Jones backed up a few steps as several officers flew out of the cruiser. He stared at Holly's legs as other unmarked sedans arrived. Her throat was sliced like a knife into a slab of beef, and thin white duct tape covered her mouth. The pervasive smell of gin filled the night air. Her dress was bloodied. He spotted the sandy-haired Kevin Phillips looping on his sport coat over his blue shirt. "What happened, Coco?" asked Phillips. Coco spoke in a lower voice as he gently released Holly's hands. "Darcy here saw one of my girls on the ground. He came in the club and got me out here. Junior heard a motorcycle and saw a gray hooded guy in a trench coat on a motorbike." Phillips winced when he saw Holly. He cleared his throat. "Name of victim." "Holly Withers. She lives here in Prince William, Canal Street." "What did you see, Darcy?" asked Phillips, writing something on his notepad.
"I didn't hear a scream or anything. I heard a thud and I ran back. In the street, a small motorcycle buzzed away. I didn't see it. I heard it. Junior says he saw it."
"You saw nothing," said Phillips. Jones noticed blood splatter down Holly's arm and the blood-saturated dress. To her left, a dark pocketbook and a pack of cigarettes lay on the pavement. The hefty Kip Bosco from Vice appeared behind Phillips's car. He gnawed on a donut and held a Big Mama's coffee cup.
"Okay, you cowboys, rock and roll,"
said Kip, some of the frosted donuts still in his mustache. "Hold it, Kip," said Jones. "I need to talk to Phillips."
"I'm in charge here, Coachy."
Jones ignored Kip and stepped closer to Phillips. "Kevin, Matthias, this is brutal. There's a different blood trail on her arm and back. The slasher may have been cut by his own blade." Phillips raised his brows and peered over Jones's shoulder. "You're right. What a shame."
"I'll be the one grilling you, Stefani, and Big Junior inside," said Kip, finishing the donut. "Let's go, cowboys."
"I don't need you to tell me to go anywhere, Kippy," said Coco.
"Watch it, Coco,"
said Kip, pointing.
"or I'll have to bring you downtown."
"Yeah, you do that, Kippy," said Coco as he lit a cigarette and steered Jones toward the front door. "Come on, Jonesy. We don't want to get Fat Boy mad."